everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name is Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you with me today. Let me just adjust that camera a bit. There we go. So I have got some new products to play with today with you. So I'm super excited for this card. So I hope that you will enjoy it. As you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you're here. And if you are watching the replay, feel free to leave me a comment as well. If you like what you see, feel free to give me some hearts or some thumbs up. That would be awesome. And yeah, and feel free to comment, chat with me, chat amongst yourselves. It's always lots of fun. And I will just bring this up on my iPad and on my computer while we are waiting for everybody to jump on. Now, I was doing some tests today on my computer, on my new phone. I have a new phone. So this is my first live on my new phone, and I was practicing on my iPad in my test group. I have a little test group where I practice my tech when anything changes with my tech or I need to try new things. And it wasn't working very well. So hopefully it was working well on my phone, but the playback on my iPad was playing up. So I don't know why. I don't know if it was just the group or what it was. But anyway, I can see it now on my iPad. So that's good. It's working. And the camera is looking good. It's looking nice and clear. So that is awesome. So hopefully everything will be a little bit clearer for you today. I've upgraded my phone, so I've got better cameras now. Which hopefully will make for better videos for all of you, which is the reason why I did it, really. Quite happy with my other phone, but needed some better video quality. There we go. Alrighty, so I've got that on my iPad, got that on my computer, so all is good. So as you are jumping on, say hi, let me know that you are here. We have had a storm brew through here today, earlier today. This morning, actually, before lunchtime, it came through, and it was very fast moving. We caught just the very edge of it, so it didn't get too bad here at our house. Just quite dark, windy, bit of heavy rain for a short amount of time, but then it went through over to the coast, so it went right through from the mountains right down to the coast. And now it is bright and sunny outside, and it's quite warm. So we'll see if we get another one this afternoon or not. I believe that there is potential for there to be another this afternoon, so we'll see. So how was everybody's weekend? Let me know how your weekend was. Feel free to pop that in the comments and let me know. As I said, I got a new phone, and yesterday I spent most of my day setting that up, checking everything was working, and I've still got to check a few of my photos and videos and things like that, and some that had been saved actually on my phone. I need to copy them over and things like that. So yes, it always takes a bit of time when you get new tech, doesn't it? But yeah, so that was all good. And Saturday I had my last class for the year. It was my Today is the Day Quick and Easy card class, and that was the last one for 2022. So so that was on Saturday. So my first one for the new year will be on the 4th Saturday, I think it is, from memory. I'm just trying to think. I don't actually have it written on my calendar yet. Well, there you go. It's towards the end of January anyway. I'll be advertising that at some stage, so you'll see that. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think what else I did on Saturday. What did we do on Saturday? Went for a drive with my hubby, went out to have a look at all the works that are happening out near the new airport. I hadn't been out there for a long time. There's so many road works out there, and they've upgraded all the roads, and yeah, it looks so different now. But really interesting looking at where they're building the new airport. So we did that, and yeah, just potted around really on Saturday. Can't remember. Yeah, what else I did, actually, to be honest. I was spending time with the puppy, and that's about it. So anyway, we will keep moving on. Feel free to comment as you're joining me. Say hi, and if this is your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from as well. I always love to welcome new people to my viewers, my viewing audience. So yeah, so let me know. All right, so let me just tell you a quick few things about what is happening in the Stampin' Up world. At the moment, we have still got our clearance rack refresh happening. So there are still lots of items available on the clearance rack for fantastically reduced prices, up to 60%. So check that out. Hey Deborah, how you going? Great to see you. Well, not that I can see you, but you can see me. It's great to have you here with me today. Yeah, so check out the clearance rack. There's some great bargains in there. And also too, don't forget, we have the last chance product sale at the moment as well, from the July to December mini catalogue. So a lot of those products are retiring. So they're making way for the new mini catalogue, which is going to launch in January. And so a lot of these products are currently reduced up to 60% as well. So check that out. There's lots of fantastic bargains. And if you love designer series paper, then be sure to check out both the clearance rack and the last chance sale as well, because there has been lots of fantastically reduced DSP on there, as we call it, designer series paper. That's your patterned papers, and they are beautiful and great big reductions on those. So check that out, as well as reductions on some of the stamp sets, dies, punches, embossing folders, all your not all of your embellishments, but some of the embellishments and ribbons as well have been reduced as well. So be sure to check that out and grab some great bargains while you can. These will be retiring at the moment. The products that are on the last chance list are only while supplies last. So they're ones that are retiring. And although the catalog goes on, the mini catalog goes until the 4th of January, if they sell out before then that might be your last chance to get a hold of them. There are a few items, I believe, at the moment that are showing up in the online store as non-orderable. Usually that means that they have sold out at the moment, but they are expecting another shipment. So hopefully the shipment won't be held up and it'll get here in time before the catalog ends. So that's all about the last chance list. Now we have got coming up, as I mentioned, our new mini catalogue. This is my copy. This is my working copy. So you can see I've got tabs everywhere and yeah, actually this is what we're going to be playing with today. However, I can't show you the inside of the catalogue until it goes live on the 5th of January. So I can only show you the cover. But if you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator that you're working with here in Australia and you would love one of these catalogs, then please get in contact with me and I can send you my link where you can put your details so that I can send you out a catalog. Now my customers, my regular customers that have shopped with me within the last 6 months, I have already ordered catalogs for all of you. If you're unsure if I've ordered one for you, then please feel free to get in contact with me and ask me if I have ordered one for you, and they will ship direct from Stampin' Up. They'll start to ship out sometime soon because they said mid-December, so you'll get them in the next couple of weeks. So super exciting. There's so many beautiful products in that catalog. In fact, I opened up a new box today which had a few more items in it, which I decided I won't show today because I think my project is going to take a bit of time because I haven't made it yet. I'm going to make it with you today, although I have some ideas in my head. Now also too, in January we're going to have Celebration. So if you are familiar with Celebration, then you will know that every year Stampin' Up has Celebration. Now for 2023 we're only going to be having one celebration, and it's going to be in January and February. It's running for 2 months, and it's the only time of year that there will be a celebration promotion. So during Celebration, for anyone who's unsure, just to let you know, with purchases of $90 or $180, you can choose free products from this brochure, and there is a whole heap in there to choose from. There's designer series paper, there is stamp sets, all sorts of beautiful products. So again, if you would like one of these, then get in contact with me and let me know, and I would love to send one of those out to you. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to look after you and offer you the best customer service. So please feel free to get in contact with me if there's anything that I can do to help you. Yeah, and if you are interested in getting some of these products already now as demonstrators, we can actually already purchase from these catalogs, well, from the mini catalog, and we can pre-earn already the products from the Celebration brochure. So I've actually already got some of these brand new products because I am a demonstrator. So if you would like to get your hands on them early and you don't want to wait until the 5th of January, then please get in contact with me and let me know, and I would love to have you join our wonderful crafting community, and you'll be able to purchase some of those products in your starter kit. So for Stampin' Up starter kits, it is only $169, but you get to choose $235 worth of product in that starter kit, and you get free shipping on that starter kit order as well. And then you can put in any products that you like, even if you want to put in some of the last chance products, the clearance rack products, products from the annual catalogue, anything that's current at the moment you can pop in there, or anything that's available at the moment you can pop it in your starter kit. And while the special is on, you'll actually get more for your money, basically, because if you're purchasing products that are reduced already or discounted in the last chance products, then that leaves more to spend on other products. So, and then after that, after you've popped in that starter kit order, you then get a 20 to 25% discount on all of your future Stampin' Up purchases. So if that is something that you'll be interested in, then please let me know. We have a wonderful community on my team, and we just have a beautiful community. We have a lovely time together. We get gathered together every month, and sometimes additionally, aside from that as well, we get together and we do all sorts of fun things. So if you'd like more information, please let me know. Alrighty, well, how about I tip the camera down and I will show you the products that we're going to be playing with today. I'll just move my catalogues out of the way. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, and I will answer them as we go. I'm going to open that one up so that I can tell you about the products. As I said, I can show you the products, but I can't show you the inside of the catalogue yet. All right. All right, let's get going. So I'm going to cover up the camera and I'm going to tip it down onto the desktop, and I'll just cover it up so that I don't make you dizzy when I do that. Now I've got to work out where my new camera is. There it is, there. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so we'll do a little flippity flip. There we go. And I'll just adjust my stand. All righty, here we go. Okay, bear with me one moment. Just tighten everything back up. Ooh, squeaky. I like to do it up nice and tight so nothing falls. Okay, and we will flip, and we should be down on the desk. There we go. Beautiful. And I'll just adjust the lights and you can see the desk. There we go. All right. So with, oh, we're a little bit crooked. Let's straighten that up. There we go. How's that? Is that a bit better? Okay. So with, when I was doing some practices today with my new phone, I realized that I can actually zoom in the camera. So, if it looks like we're going to be too far away, then I can zoom that in a little bit. I'm trying to move my keyboard out of the way, but it's also in the way there too, isn't it? Let's see if I can move that over the other side. There we go. Try and get that out of view a little bit so everything's nice and neat. All right. So the products that I'm going to show you today are from one of the brand new suites from the new Mini Catalogue. As I mentioned, from the January to April 2023 Mini Catalogue. Now this one is a beautiful suite, and it will be available from the 5th of January, as I said, to customers, and it is currently available at the moment for demonstrators, for Stampin' Up demonstrators. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue, but I can show you the actual products. which is super exciting. So let me start with the stamp set. So this is the By the Bay suite. So in the suite we have the stamp set and the dies. And if you would like me to zoom in a little bit, just let me know if it looks like it's too far away, and I can zoom the camera in a little bit. Well, I could on my test, so I'll have to check again. Oh, hi Zana, how are you? Great to have you with us. 5:20 a.m. where you are. Oh my goodness, that is so early. You're up with the birds today. Hey Dimity, how you going? And I think I already said hello to you, Deborah, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes. All right. Oh, you've seen so much on this set and you love it. You love the papers. The papers are beautiful, aren't they? Yes, I'm going to show those in a moment. So this is the Seaside Bay stamp set and the Seaside Bay dies. I'll take them out of the packet, and Stampin' Up is now making it a little easier for us, because any stamp set that has coordinating dies, they have the same name. So we can easily find them in the catalogue, match them up, find them on our shelves, and yeah, so much easier when they've got the same name. Because anyone that knows Stampin' Up products knows that the dies have usually been named something different to the stamp set, and it's always hard to remember which one goes with which, but not anymore. So that's fantastic. Oh, you haven't been asleep yet? You're still up at 5:20 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Did you work overnight? Do you work night shift? I can't remember what you've told me before, if you had mentioned about working night shift or not. Or have you been up crafting? Maybe you've been up crafting all night. On the odd occasion, I don't get to bed until about 3 or 4, but I'm usually in bed by 5. That's really late. All right, so let's have a look at this beautiful stamp set. There are some really lovely sentiments, and I need some more thank you cards. So, oh, hey Rose, I sound strange today. Do I? Can you hear me okay? I have a new phone, and today is the first time I'm using it, and I'm using my brand new, so it's got more cameras on it, and so I'm using it in a different way. So just let me know, how is it sounding different? Is it clear? Is it muffled? Do I sound like I'm a long way away? Let me know. Oh, the camera is a long way off the desk. Yes. Do you want me to zoom it in a little bit? I can zoom. I think I can zoom it in a little bit. Let me try. See if it's going to do it. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's not going to do it now. When I was playing with it earlier, I was doing some tests. It was letting me zoom, but it's actually not zooming now. Why is that not working now? That's really weird. Okay, maybe I've got to tap the screen and zoom. No. Well, that's bizarre. When I was doing my tests, it let me... Oh, there we go. There we go. There. How's that? Is that better? Oh, it went really big, didn't it? Is that better? That's a little bit closer. It's a bit touchy with the zoom. Is that a little bit closer? I can move these up a tad out of the way. I sound as if the microphone is away from me. Ah, okay. Well, that is probably because the microphone is now on top of the camera rather than underneath. I mean, on top of the phone rather than underneath the phone. I sounded, and Zana said I sounded further away until I just moved closer. Oh, yes, because I was standing up when I was zooming. Ah, okay. Oh, you're not feeling well, Zana. You've got a cough. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's why you're still awake. Oh, that's no good at all. Oh dear. Oh, Dimity said she's got this stamp set and she's already misplaced the crab stamp. Oh no. The stamp or the die? Because we've got a crab die too. Not as loud today. I sound further away. Okay, so that's to do with the camera. That's to do with the microphone. I can't actually bring it down any lower than what it is. It is up higher. Let me see. Let me see if I can adjust it for a sec. Bear with me a moment. Thank you for all being my my test pilots. Hang on a sec. I'll just see if I can bring it down a little bit more. I'll just undo this one and lower it a little. We'll have to undo that one as well, I think. Let's see. Can you still see? Sorry, my hand is in the way at the moment because I've got it on my stand so that I don't drop my camera. Maybe that'll be better. Let's see. Tighten everything back up. Now, you probably hear me really loud at the moment because I'm standing above the camera, and I think the mic might be on the front, on the forward-facing camera, and I'm filming with the back cameras. There, how is that? Okay, now I'll sit. How is that? Does that sound better? I'm sitting, I might need to zoom it out a little bit now, or I'll move these up a bit. All right, so let me know how that sounds now, because I've moved the camera down a bit lower in the stand, so it's at eye level with me now. So does that sound better? Let me know. Just scroll back up to your comments while I'm waiting for you. Oh, the stamp you lost, Dimity. Oh no. Hopefully it'll turn up somewhere. Oh, you're asthmatic as well, Zana. I am too. No, it doesn't help at all when you've got a bad cough. No. Oh, no good. Oh, that's no good. I sound better, Rose? Oh, great. Okay. So that is the, so I need to have the camera sort of more at my eye level then in that case. Okay, I'll try to remember that for next time. I've got to angle my stand a little bit. I just don't know if my phone is straight now. Anyway, let me know if how the view is, if it looks too tilted. Okay, let's get back onto the products. Hopefully you can hear me better now. And I'm sorry that you aren't feeling very well, Zana. I hope that you are feeling better really, really soon. Yeah, it's not good with the change in the season as well. Can upset a lot of allergies and asthma and things. So yeah, just take it easy and rest up. All right. So we were talking about the sentiments, beautiful sentiments in here. I need some more thank you cards, so I thought that I would make a thank you card. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you for that. Oh, good. I'm glad that it looks good today. Fantastic. I love these little seabirds as well. They're really cute. Like we've got the big one here, and then we've got the 3 little ones. So you can have these sort of in the distance, or you can have a mummy bird and 3 baby birds, or however you would like to do it, which is super awesome. Beautiful shells, and we've even got a clam shell with a pearl, and there's an additional pearl there as well. We've got a conch, is that one the conch shell? Or is that one the conch shell? I think that one might be the conch shell. Can't remember what this one is, and the big crab. So in the dies, we have dies for every one of those stamp sets, as well as some additional pieces. So we've got some sand here. We've got additional shells. We've got some seaweed, or you can use them as grasses. And then you've got all the other pieces that cut out all of the stamps, which is super awesome. So that's the stamps and the dies. Now you can purchase them individual, but let me tell you, if you buy the stamp set, you're going to want the dies to go with them as well. So when you purchase them together as a bundle, you will get 10% off that bundle. So that is, oh, hi Jenny, how are you going? Great to have you with us. So it's always a great idea to purchase the bundle together. Otherwise you'll be disappointed later on because you'll realize that you really did need the dies or you wanted the dies, and then and if you purchase them separately, then you'll have to pay full price and you'll be sad about that. So get them together as a bundle and you will love it. All right, so let's have a look at the beautiful designer series paper. So we've got the 6x6 designer series paper. It's called By the Bay. There's 48 sheets in here, so there are 12 designs and you get 4 of each design. I've pulled out a set of the papers already to show you, and they have this awesome holographic detail. It's more than metallic. There's some metallics as well, but you also have some pieces that have this holographic finish in them as well. So let me show you these papers. They're really beautiful. So that's on one side, and then I'll show you the other side as well. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let me move these out of the way. I'll just move them over to the side for the moment, and we'll do this with the papers. Okay, ready? I'll show you the first side, and then I'll flip them over and show you the second side. So you've got these beautiful designs here that look like a scene. You know, like a, what do you call it? Like a panoramic sort of scene, which is super awesome. And then you've got this one that's got that holographic wavy lines. And then you've got the beautiful shells. This one's got the goldfish. And then you've got some sort of paint finishes. These all sort of have a painty look to them, like they're being water painted. Really love them. This one's got the, I think when we went to on stage, they mentioned that they had these papers had a, I think it was I'll think of it. The special coating on it. I can't remember what it was called now. There's another one with some fish. On the other side. Now we've got dies that will cut out these as well. So the dies fit around the crab and around the bird, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, so the crab and the bird. I think I did show these as well when I did my unboxing, my original unboxing. There you go. See, look, you can die cut some of those. If you don't want to use the stamps and you want to use the designer series paper instead, you can die cut those. Oh, now I don't know where I got these from because I haven't, oh, down here, I think. I haven't traced around them yet. Usually if I keep them on the paper that they come on, or the cardboard that they come on, I trace around them, or otherwise I put them onto magnetic sheets. So there's another beautiful one with that gold foil. A UV coating, I think it was called. I think it's a UV coating. Yeah, that gives this holographic look. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. They said, yeah. There's another one where some of the dies will cut out some of those images. I think this shell and the crab from that one. Oh, and I think some of these shells here, some of these larger shells here, I'm pretty sure I checked with the die last time, and it cuts out, yes, it cuts out some of those large ones that have got that UV coating on them. So they'd be super cool on a project too. So isn't that cool? There's another one with the gold foiling. And we've got some waves there. We're going to use that one today. And then we've got this one that's got that design on it. I don't know what you call that design. Does anyone know what that design is called? Look at all the colors that are shining under the lights. You can see how the light's picking up all those different colors in there, like hologram. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, Amber said my desktop wood paneling goes nicely with this suite. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hi Martha. How you going? How you going? Great to see you. Oh, Zana said that she can't wait to get this suite. Yeah, it's really beautiful. You'll love it. And then we've got another beautiful scene on the background that looks like like a panoramic sort of scene. We're going to use that one and this one today, and we're actually not using the foil side. We're going to use the other side, the flat side. But aren't they just the most beautiful papers? Did I show the other side of that one? That's got another painty finish as well. And this one has got wood look paper in it as well, which I always love. A designer series paper pack that has wood look, and it's pretty similar to the wood look of my desktop cover as well. Pretty similar, not quite, but pretty similar. Yeah, so I love that one as well. So yeah, so you get 4 of each of those sheets, as I mentioned. So you'll be able to make lots and lots of beautiful projects with those papers. So there you go. So that's those. And then for embellishing, and I'm keeping these 2 out because these are the 2 that we're going to use. For embellishing, we've got these beautiful flat adhesive-backed pearls. Now, I was really surprised when I saw these because I thought, oh, they look really big and they look really bulky, and they're going to be too bulky on a project, but they're actually not. Let me show you the colors. The colors are gorgeous. They throw so many different colors off these flat adhesive-backed pearls, sort of like opaly type colors, and depending which way you hold them, you'll either see the blues and purples or you'll see the reds and oranges. I think the camera is more picking up the reds and the oranges, but if I hold them a particular way, I can see the blues in there too. But they're actually quite flat. Like if I hold the pack up like that, not sure if you can tell how flat they actually are. But they are raised, but they're actually quite a flat embellishment, which is great. And also too, especially good for scrapbooking too. They're not too super bulky because, you know, you don't want to use anything too bulky sometimes in scrapbooking because it can damage your other pages. So they are beautiful. And then for the ribbon, now the ribbon, as a disclaimer, the ribbon roll or reel or spool, however you want to call it, looked beautiful when I received it. It looked beautiful when I put it back in the box with all the other products. And then you might have heard this story because I did post about it. But later on that night, I walked out of the room, or in fact, I was actually cooking dinner, and thought, oh, the puppy's very quiet. Came in and found that my puppy had discovered the roll of ribbon. And so she had pulled a whole heap off the spool, which I have set aside. This was what was left on the spool. There's still quite a bit on there. But she completely mutilated my spool because I guess she saw it and thought, oh, that's for her. Because when we empty our spools, we do give them to her to play with. And so that's kind of my fault. But I thought that I had closed up the box, but she somehow, yeah, she found it. Anyway, but this is the Variegated ribbon, and it's in Balmy Blue and White. And let me just show you. It's a very soft, I'll put it down on the desk so you can see the blue, because when I hold it, it's kind of a little bit opaque. You can't see it as well, but you can see it down on the desk. It's a really, really beautiful ribbon, very soft. We had this before in Fresh Freesia, I think last mini catalogue might have been, previous mini catalogue, maybe at the beginning of this year, and or one before that. I can't remember now, but anyway, it was a really, really soft ribbon and beautiful to tie bows with. So that's the coordinating ribbon that goes with the suite. All right, so there you go. So you can purchase, when these become available on the 5th of January or now to demonstrators, you can purchase them all together as a complete suite collection and get everything in the suite if you want to. Or you can, as I said, you can get the bundle, or you can get just the paper, or you can just get the embellishments and the ribbon, however you choose to purchase them. All right, so be sure to look out for that. It is called By the Bay. So write that down if you, yeah, so when you get the catalogue, you know what's going to be top of your list. Zana said, like toddlers, when they're quiet, they're up to no good. Yes, I know. I should have known better. I should have checked on her. Yeah. Amber said she thought it was so pretty. She wanted to play with my new ribbon too. Yes, I think so. All right. So I am going to start with pull out the two pieces that we're going to use. So we're going to use that one and that one. Now I'm actually I'll actually put these ones aside. There we go. Oh, hi Amanda, how you going? Great to have you with us. We are playing with the By the Bay suite today. So this particular piece here, I think this one can be used either way. I think it can be used this way. So this could be your water, this could be your land with some darker clouds in the distance perhaps, and then some more lighter sky. Or you can turn it this way, which is the way we're going to use it today, and have this as your land, this as a bit of deeper water, and then this is your sky. So you can use it in whichever orientation you like. This is the way we're going to use it today though. And we're going to do something cool with the wavy paper as well. So I'll show you that too. All right, so we're going to start with a card base first, and I'm going to use, I didn't tell you about the coordinating colors. Let me tell you about the coordinating colors. So the coordinating colors for the designer series paper, this is your color palette, which is a really beautiful color palette for a seaside themed suite. So we have got Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, we've got Pool Party, sorry, I always get Pool Party and Mint Macaron mixed up. Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, Mint Macaron, Sahara Sand, and Petal Pink. So they are really beautiful colors all together. And don't they just look like a really nice color palette? So we're going to start with the Sahara Sand, and I'm going to have that as our base, I think, just to keep it really neutral. So I'll bring in, I've already got the cardstock cut in half. So it was A4 cardstock, and I've already cut that in half at 14.85. And now I'm just going to score that. So I'm going to turn it on the long side and score that at 10.5 centimeters to form our card base. And we're going to have a landscape orientation card this time. Let me show you a little tip too. I'm going to grab my bone folder. If you open up your trimmer, you've got a little edge along here and you've got a little edge along here. If you put your cardstock up into the edge there, well, you're kind of using it sort of like a corner. It's up against the edge there, up against the edge there at the side. So you know you've got a straight edge. Then even though you have scored it, sometimes when you fold your card, you can still get it folding a little bit crooked. But if you use that edge there and push it up against that edge as you're folding it, and then press that down with your bone folder, you'll get a nice, beautiful, matched up edge. So there's a little tip for you, but you have to open up the arm of your trimmer, and just be careful of your cutting blade that you don't cut yourself on that. You might want to move it up to the top so it's not down where your arm is. Okay, so there's a little tip for you. All right, now we're going to need to cut some designer series paper as well. And I'm going to start with this piece here. I think I'm going to have a 2mm border. So I'm going to cut this at, now we're going a long ways. So I'm going to cut that at 14.45. That will be right. Yes. Just double checking. 14.45. Yeah, that's right. 14.45. There we go. Now I haven't worked out the height yet. So I've got the width. I know that that's going to be the width, but I'm not sure of the height yet because I'm going to add the waves. So, and I'm going to actually fussy cut the waves. And I'm going to layer them. So it'll depend on how many layers I decide to do. Now, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to fuss with that. You could just put the wave paper down and just have it like that. Like that would be totally fine as well if you wanted to have it. I'm going to have this sort of up like this, but I do want those waves to look like they're right at the edge. So I'm going to grab my paper snips and we're going to trim some of that paper. And I might put my glasses on to do this too, because otherwise I'll be straining my eyes. And I'm just going to follow the curve on the waves. Now, because the paper is hand painted, it doesn't matter how rough you sort of go. And I'm moving my scissors. Usually you move the paper, but yeah, it is easier if you move the paper rather than your scissors. So otherwise you can get a tired arm doing it the other way around. All right, so that's kind of the waves. And we can still use that piece. We can cut off that jagged piece there and use that piece, or you might want to use that other piece, use a strip of that. So keep that, because you can trim that up nicely and use that on another project. Now, you've got, I think I need to fix this bit up here. This looks just a little bit too jagged for my liking. There we go. And we'll fix that up as we trim that down. All right, so we're going to have it like that. Now, if you wanted to just leave it like that, you could, or you can actually do some more layers. So let's do some more layers, because then what we can do is we can put it up on, we can put the different layers up onto dimensionals. So we'll see how this is going to look anyway. I'm kind of winging it a little bit today. And, you know, waves are sort of all over the place. They're never even. They're never the same. So, get that there. You could even, depending on how many layers you want or how high up you want to have that. Now, we need room for the bird. I'm going to put the bird on here too. So we are going to need to have some room for the bird. So I might cut one more, and then we'll leave the rest, because the bottom layer is going to be flat, the paper flat. So then we'll cut the bird and we'll see what size we're sort of going to need. Now, I'm just wondering how I've got that cut like that, if that's going to look any good, or if I'm going to actually need to have these straight along the edge. That's kind of what I'm going for. So, all right, so we'll get to that part. All right, so that's kind of where we're starting, and then we're going to stamp the bird. So we want the big bird and the little birds as well. So let's put them onto some blocks, and then we'll come back to that paper and we'll work out how much of that we're going to use. Kind of doing it all a bit higgledy-piggledy today. Let me grab a long block. Let's see. No, I think we need the next one up. There we go, we'll use that one. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm thinking with the bird, I think I'm just going to stamp them in. Well, you could do one of two things. You could, if you wanted a multicolored bird, you could color these with your Stampin' Write markers and then stamp with your Stampin' Write markers. But I think to make it easy, I'm going to use just a grey. I think I'm going to stamp it in grey. And I've got some white scraps here. And then we'll see once it's stamped in grey if we then want to add some more colour. So let's see, do we want to use smoky slate or basic grey? Let's see, we'll bring both out. You could also use, because we're doing, oh, that was the other idea I had too. I was also thinking of, oh no, I'll stick with the designer series paper to keep it more simple. I was thinking of cutting my own sand as well with the Sahara sand. And then I was going to stamp some of the sand image onto the, I had two different ideas I was going with, but I've started with the designer series paper idea, so I think I'll keep running with that. But yeah, another idea is you can die cut your paper and then stamp the sand details onto your Sahara sand designer series paper instead of having this piece here that's already printed for you. So if you do happen to use up your designer series paper and you want to create a similar sort of look, you can create your own sand. So yeah, all right. I'm thinking I'll try it in smoky slate. What did I just pick up? Yeah, smoky slate. I did say the right thing. I'll try it in smoky slate first and we'll see how it looks in smoky slate. But if it's too light, we might go basic grey. I'll go over this side. Yeah, it's probably a little bit light. I probably want it a bit darker than that. So we'll go with the basic grey, I think. Now, normally I would clean my stamp in between stampings, but because I've just used a light grey ink and now I'm going to a dark grey ink, all I'm going to do is just stamp it off onto paper and then just ink it up straight away because I'm not mixing colours as such. Turn this up this way. We're going to fit this one on here. Oh, if I go this way, I should. There we go. Oh, that's better. Look at that colour. That's much better. Yes, I like that. Good. All right, now we'll do the little ones. And I've got a strip here. I'll see if I can fit them on there. Let's see. No, I need a higher one. There we go. This is a good way of using up your scraps. There we go. All right, so this is a, as you can see, it's a cling stamp set. So you've got the red rubber and there you go. They stamp beautifully. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's give them a clean. This one's got a really long beak compared to the other ones, which is in the image. It's in the stamp. Okay. All right, we will stamp those off and then give them a clean. Just remove the excess ink first before I take them to my chamois, and that way it helps to keep my chamois a little bit cleaner so I'm not having to wash it as often. Clean it on the dirty side of my chamois first and then give it a nice good clean on the clean side. There we go. Nice and squeaky clean. All good. All right. So from here, we can add a little bit of colour if we would like to on our birds. So we can do that. We can grab our Stampin' Blends and just add a little bit of colour. Now in the designer series paper, I'll just grab that out again and show you. If you wanted your birds coloured a similar colour, I'll just find the piece that's got, there we go. So if you want your birds coloured a similar colour to that, you can add a little bit of blue, a little bit of petal pink, a little bit of Coastal Cabana. Totally up to you. I just think I might add, I don't know what type of seabirds they are. Somebody out there might know. If you know what type of seabirds these are, please let me know. I would love to know what they actually are. Oh yeah, Amber is also saying you can also create your own sky using the large dry brush background stamp. That is a great idea. Yes, we have that stamp actually. I might have to do that on a different project. That sounds like a great idea. Good thinking. She's always full of great ideas. Yes, so I'm not sure what type of seabird they actually are, but let's bring in some of our Stampin' Blends and we'll just add a little bit of colour. So I'm bringing in my chart. Let's see, we could use a little bit of, let's see, what is this, Night of Navy. We could use a little bit of Orchid Oasis, would look good. Night of Navy is in the colour palette, so maybe a little bit of light Night of Navy, or even a bit of, if you have Orchid Oasis or Starry Sky, I think they would go well as well. But yeah, I think we'll just use a little bit of Night of Navy, perhaps a touch of Petal Pink. Let's grab those. So, Night of Navy, let's see, what's that one? Night of Navy. I think we just wanted the light one, didn't we? And Petal Pink. Petal Pink, I think, is up here. There we go. All right. So when you are using your Stampin' Blends, be sure that you've got some paper underneath you because they will bleed through. Dimity, I should have known to ask you actually. Bit hard to tell. They could be bull sanderlings, greyish in colour. Oh, okay. They are greyish in colour. So these ones have got blue on them. So I don't know if that's just an artistic impression or if, so do you think maybe they should stay all grey? Or should I add a little bit of artistic impression and add a little bit of blue? I might actually use the brush tip to make it a bit softer. I might add a little bit of colour to them just to, yeah, just for fun. We'll just add a little bit of blue just here and there. As I said, I don't know if these would really be coloured blue. I'm following the image on the paper to see how that might look. Little blue crest on his head. I don't know. Artistic license, any colour you want. Yes, I agree, Deborah. Yeah, might make some of these strokes a little bit longer, I think. I'm going to change to the other end. This the brush on this one is quite heavy because I've used that one quite a bit. So I'm just kind of colouring the colour where the darker shadows are. I'm not sure if I like it. I think I liked it better grey. I think it might have looked better if I had have coloured it with the Stampin' Right markers, coloured the stamp with the Stampin' Right markers and then stamped it maybe. Don't know. Maybe look a little bit heavy. Well, we'll add a little bit of Petal Pink and we'll see. Yes, they are, aren't they, Deborah? The boys are always more colourful than the girls. Yes. Add a bit of this in here and we'll see how it takes shape. We can always just quickly stamp a grey one as well if we decide it's a little bit too much. But maybe by adding this colour in, it might blend a little bit better as well. So we're adding in the Petal Pink now. We'll leave the tummy white. That's looking a little bit better now actually, isn't it, with the Petal Pink in there. It's helping to blend in a little bit as well, that blue, so that it's not so harsh, making it a bit softer. Because that's what we want to do with the blends, is we want them to blend so that they look nice and soft and smooth. Yeah. There we go. Well, that doesn't look so bad now. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not so bad. I'm okay with that. All right, I'm not going to add in the green like they have. They've got a little bit of Coastal Cabana, I think, in there. I'm not going to add that in. I'm just going to leave it blue and petal pink. And I'll do the same with these ones, but I think I'll use the bullet tip for the little ones because they're much finer. And again, I'll just do some little strokes and then I'll blend it in with the petal pink. Now, does anybody else already have, any of you who are demonstrators, already have this suite? I actually didn't ask that before. Let me know if you have, and if you've purchased it, and if you've already been creating with it. There we go. So I'm just using the light of both colors. So that's the light Night of Navy, and this is the light petal pink. Now, the other thing to be mindful is because I am blending a dark color with a lighter color, it might make my tip a little bit dark. So once I've done this, I'm going to scribble it off onto some scrap paper so that it doesn't leave it, doesn't turn it the wrong color. So when you're coloring something else, it'll actually be petal pink and not some other weird color. Alrighty, so we are nearly done. There we go. Yeah, so they've just all got a little touch of color. There we go. So we just clean off the tip of our, very carefully on our paper, just to take off any of that blue. Might have stained the tip a little bit, but I just want to keep doing this until the blue's not coming off anymore and it's just the petal pink. So it did pick up a little bit of that blue. That's looking pretty good now. There we go. Good. All right. Oh, Dimity said not always in terms of the boys looking more colourful than the girls. There's one female parrot that is blue and maroon, and the male bright green will give you the name when she thinks of it. And they live in Queensland. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's awesome that we have, in our team, we actually have someone who knows a lot about birds. We have someone who knows a lot about flowers. And so whenever we have questions, we know who in our team as to when we see stamp sets and we think, oh, what flower is that? Or what bird is that? We have people in our team that we can go to and ask, which is awesome. I love that. All right. So we are going to die cut these birds now. So we've got our big bird and our little bird here. Now I also want to die cut some grasses, and I'm going to use some natural tones for the grasses. So we're going to do a bit of Sahara sand. So we'll use some of those. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to die cut at the moment. So I'll bring in my mini machine. We also have someone in our team who is great with technology, so we know who to go to when we have tech questions. And yeah, so it's really awesome. We all work together really well and help each other out, and I love that. All right. And we have lots of other people in our team who have lots of other skills as well. Where is my plates? There they are. There's my plates. Okay, so we'll see how many we can fit on here at a time. So I'm using my mini machine. Let me just move my blocks out of the way, and I can move my machine up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, how's the view? Do you need me to zoom out a little bit, or is it okay? Let me know. So I fit, oh, I forgot my washi tape. Can I reach that from here? Oh, wait, I've got some over here. Had some old Stampin' Up washi tape over on my old my big machine. So we'll use some of that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of washi tape around this bird to hold that die in place. Just pop it on the back there. There we go. Okay, and we want a little bit of Sahara sand. Now, I don't have scraps of Sahara sand. I've only got pieces here. Let me see if I've got scraps of Sahara. Of course I do, because I always keep all of my scraps. Well, unless they're tiny, tiny little scrappy bits that I know I'm not going to be able to use. But this is why I keep them, because you can use them for little bits and pieces like this. So we'll pop that on there. We should be able to fit that on there. And I think they're the only two we're going to fit. Well, I could actually cut around this and fit another die on there too. I'll keep that other bird because even though it's light, we might use it for another project. I'll keep that in my stamp set. All right. Might need another piece of washi tape on my bird just to hold that in place because his little feet are sliding around a little bit. I want to keep them right where I want them. There we go. And we'll use another scrap for some more of the grasses, and we might want a bit more grass, but that's okay. We'll cut some more when we cut the other birds. There we go. All right. Okay, so we'll take those through. Now, one thing I didn't tell you is when the new mini catalogue comes out, well, actually, not when the new mini catalogue comes out, but when the celebration starts on the 5th of January, there will be a special available for both the mini machine and a brand new blue mini machine. It's boho blue, which is a new in colour that's going to be coming out in the annual catalogue next year in May. But the machine, there's a little mini machine coming out in the boho blue colour. So demonstrators can actually purchase that right now. However, if you are not yet a demonstrator, you can join now and you can purchase it, or you can join during celebration and you can get it as part of your starter kit. So that is super awesome. So it works the same as this machine, but it's a really lovely blue color. So that is one of the that's one of the joining offers that are happening during celebration. So if you're not yet a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you would like to join, then you can consider that. And if you have any more questions, then feel free to ask me, because I would love to answer any of your questions around that for you, or about anything really, anything to do with Stampin' Up. Always happy to answer questions. All right, so there's our big bird. That cut out really beautifully. And now we'll do the little ones. I'm just going to line them up before I put that into the machine. So I've got to line up the 3 birds this time. It's a little bit more tricky than just doing one at a time. Making sure we get them all lined up. All right, we'll use a couple of pieces of washi on this one. Hold them in place. And I might do some more of the grasses because I'm not sure how many I'm going to want to use. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do a few of the other ones as well. Okay. through our machine. There we go. Sorry, I'm probably bumping the table as I do this. Well, bumping the camera, so bumping the table, which bumps the camera. So who plans on spending some time at the beach this summer? So here in Australia, we are now in summer. It hasn't felt very much like summer just yet, although we had a bit of a warm day yesterday, which was lovely. So it wasn't too hot, but it's starting to warm up a little bit. And then today we've had storms, so the weather's been all over the place. We had it a bit cooler, we had it windy, we had it a bit warmer this afternoon. It's sunny at the moment. We had storms. It's all happening today. 4 seasons in one day. So is anyone planning on spending some time at the beach during the holidays? So coming up to the holidays, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going on vacation and doing all sorts of fun things. We don't have any big plans at the moment. My daughter is coming home, or our daughter is coming home for Christmas from Queensland. So that'll be lovely to have her home. While I'm chatting, I'm just going to cut a few more of these. So it will be lovely to have her home for a week and a half. So that will be awesome. So yeah, we're planning. My husband's got 4 weeks off. I've only got 2 weeks off, but I might take a day or two here or there as I can, and maybe do a few day trips with him or something like that. Yeah, we haven't really been anywhere or done anything for a really long time. I feel like we just need to, get out a little bit and go to the beach, or go, I don't know, go somewhere, go up to the mountains or somewhere beautiful. I don't know. What's everyone planning? Let me know in the comments. Are you planning on... The problem is, though, we've got the puppy, so somebody still needs to be at home with the puppy. I'm just going to cut a few more of these just to make sure I've got enough of what I need. Yeah, we've still got the puppy, so someone has to be here with her because she hasn't been left yet. We were trying to start to leave her. I actually was going through some old videos, and I found the videos of when we first left her, and it was way back in May. But I have to say that we haven't been very consistent with leaving her, purely because we haven't really needed to. Somebody is always at home. Yes, but it's not really helpful. She does travel well in the car though now, which is good. She never used to when she was a puppy. She hated it. But she travels quite well now, which is good. All right, so I've got a few of those now to play with. So we will stop the die cutting there, and we'll start to do a little bit of constructing. I'll put these ones away before I lose them. Don't want to lose them. Oh, here's a question for everybody. Do you prefer the beach or the bush? Let me know in the comments. What do you prefer, the beach or the bush? I love being by the beach, but I don't like the sand, and I actually can't walk on the sand anymore very easily because, yeah, it just is too harsh on my body now, but because it's too uneven. Same with the bush, really. same problem. Flat ground is where I need to be. All right. Okay, so let's bring back in our card where we were up to. So there's our base. Where did I put all my paper now? Oh my goodness, I've dumped stuff on top of it. There we go. All right. All right, so we need to work out where our bird is going to fit, because that will actually determine how high up this is going to go. Because we need to still fit in a sentiment somewhere too, but we might need to put the sentiment down in the water. So if we have a 2mm border, then that's going to go about there. I think that's about the height that we're going to go, which doesn't give us much room for the water. So if we go, I haven't trimmed the water to the right width yet. I think with the water, we're going to need to actually have, maybe that would need to be cut straight. So I think that might look a bit weird having it cut at the angle. Hang on a minute, that was the top one, wasn't it? That was the top one. And then that was the next one. Yes, I think they're going to need to be, okay, so I think that's what I need to do. All right, we're going to cut that there. So what I'm going to do, because I hadn't worked out the measurements and everything yet of this card, I'm just going to mark my paper with a pencil that I can rub out at around about 2mm there, and I'll cut that, and then we'll work out the paper. But I think what I'm going to need to do is, I think the way I've done it is not going to work. I think I have to do it a different way, and I've got that in my head, how that will work. So let's just trim this down first. So this piece is cut, I'm cutting that down to 8.6. There we go. All right, so that'll be 8.6. That'll go there like that. And then this layer, it's going to go there, and we want a 2mm border as well for that. So let's line that all up. I'll just use my eye. I know you should never use your eye. But you know what? When I used to do my card making back in the day, that's how I did everything. I did everything by eye. None of this measurement, you know, measuring accurately and all of that. Where did I just put my pencil? There it is. I used to do everything by eye. Oh, can I see that? There we go. So I'll cut that there. And this is winging at people. I don't often wing it on, well, I do sometimes, but I tend not to wing it when I'm filming my lives, because otherwise it takes me a really long time, to be honest. Oh, I didn't cut the width. Let me cut the width. That was 14.45. Here we go. Look, I've got bits of paper everywhere now. So if we have, oh, not that piece, that's the extra piece. This one, like that. Oh, hang on. Need that in the middle. Need it centered. There we go. Yeah, I just, I was so busy. Well, Sundays are always my day off, so I try not to work on Sundays if at all possible. Sometimes I have to if there's a lot of things I need to do. But I just remembered what I was doing on Saturday. That's right. But yes, so yesterday I spent setting up my new phone, and so I hadn't planned a project for today. All right, I think we need to take a little bit off that. Yes, and then today I thought I had all the time in the world, and the time just crept up on me. And then I got busy doing other things, and before I knew it, it was almost time to go live, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a project. So I'm cheating a little bit. I am taking an idea out of the new catalogue, and I'm just changing it up to make it my own. So it's not freestyle, all my own idea right from the beginning. All right, so there we go. So that's that. Now, if we add some extra layers, I think we need to, if we're going to do some more layering, we're going to need to actually cut the waves, but the bottom is going to need to be straight. So if I measure that one there, I'm going to put a little pencil mark there, and we'll trim that piece. Whoops. There we go. Dimity says she loves the bush and she can't stand the sand. Oh, there you go. Same as me. I love the bush. I can't stand the sand. Yeah. Sand gets everywhere, doesn't it? Funnily enough though, I spent a lot of time at the beach growing up because we lived, you know, near the coast. We always holidayed on the coast, and I have a sister who is a surfer, and all her family surfs, and so they're all still by the coast. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I think the other thing is I got dumped really badly a couple of times. I nearly drowned when I was young, and I think that kind of put me off swimming in the ocean. So I'm very hesitant to swim in the ocean. I've been pulled out by rips before and been rescued by surfers and all sorts of crazy things. So yeah, so I don't enjoy swimming so much in the ocean. If I do, I'm always with somebody who knows the ocean really well and can swim really well, or I swim between the flags. But yeah, then you've got, you know, the blue bottles when it's windy and things like that. And of course, you know, you've got the big predators out there too. So yeah, I love being near the ocean. I don't always love swimming in the ocean. Oh, I didn't trim that one up for width, did I? Let's do that. Forgetting all these extra things. There we go, 14.45 for the width. And then if we have that one, that's better. Yes, okay, good. All right, so then we've got a couple of layers now of the ocean. I wonder if we could go one more. So that one's straight. Let's see, we'll cut this one. I'm cutting it on the white because, you know, you get the white caps on the water. And we'll see how that looks. I mean, as I said before, you can use this paper. This paper is beautiful. You can just use this paper as it is. You don't need to cut out the waves. I just liked this look and thought, oh, that's a really good idea. We'll see how it looks. I love layering things up. All right, and now I'll just trim that to 14.45. There we go. I'm sorry, Amber. I'm giving Amber a heart attack cutting into all of our paper. It's okay. There's more where it came from. She hates it when I do that. Amber loves to be very strategic when cutting into paper. But I just love, you know, chopping it. You've got this beautiful paper. You want to use it. I might be wasting a little bit, but you know what? I'm probably not going to waste it because it's got that other beautiful design on the other side, and I will keep all of those scraps and I will use them. And some of this blue I'm probably going to use on the inside as well anyway. There we go. So now we've got 3 layers. Oh yeah, that's going to be better. Awesome. Yes. And then we'll have our bird up here with, well look, she can be standing almost in the water, can't she? And her little baby birds. So let's see. Can have 2 little baby birds here, and we can have 1 here, like that. And then we're going to need some. Yeah, it's coming together. Look, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So I'm going to keep this piece. I'm not going to throw it away. All right, I did start out a little bit wrong by cutting the waves both sides. It does work out better if you have them aligned along the bottom and then you just cut the top edge of the paper. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I don't normally do it that way. I don't know what I was, see? That's what happens when you don't plan. You do crazy things and then go, what was I thinking? All right, and then we've got our grasses here as well. So we've got all these different grasses that we can put together, which will be super cute. So we can pop them over here, perhaps. They can go up there, and then we can have the little birds in front of them, so the little birds will cover up the join in the you know, the base of them. And then we can have some of this over here. And we could have this little bird here, like that, covering those ones up. We need a sentiment. I think I'm going to have to put the sentiment across the water, because we've got all that blue there. We've got a lot of water. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Now, I feel, everybody knows that I love inking. So I feel that the reeds, or whatever they are, the plants, the leafy bits, need a little bit of color. So I'm going to bring in my Sahara Sand ink and a dauber, and we will add a little bit of detailing around each of those before I stick any of that down. All right. So if you watch me regularly, you know that I love inking. It's one of my favorite techniques. Just adds a little bit of detail to your project. Now this one is a little bit tricky because we have long skinny reeds, so I'm trying to just position them so that I don't damage them, but I'm adding a little bit of detail with that ink. In fact, this might actually be better done down on a flat surface for this one. Although I want to get along that edge, so just try and, whoop. It doesn't matter if they bend a little bit, because you know, reeds in the wind, they get bent, and that's okay. So just adding just a little bit of detail. We don't want them too stark in color, because you know, reeds aren't really. Now I'll show you the difference. If you can see that one there that I've inked, and then that one that I haven't inked, can you see the difference? I'll hold them up to the camera a little bit closer. Can you see the difference in color now? See, they're quite different in color. So yeah, just adds a little bit of texture. I love texture on my cards. So Dimity's the only one who commented about whether or not she likes the bush or the beach. Anybody else? Do you prefer the beach or the bush? Let me know in the comments. I do love waterfalls, and I love walking through the bush where there's running water. Waterfalls, yeah, just so peaceful and beautiful. Hearing the birds in the trees. Yeah, just, oh, I ended up with a fourth one. We don't need that fourth one. We only needed 3. So the paper, I don't think we really need to distress the paper at all, because the paper already has that distressed look about it, because it's sort of that painted effect. Yeah, so I think the paper itself, I mean, if you wanted to, you could go around the edges, but I don't think that it's super necessary. Amber said neither. Snakes, sand, sharks, no thanks. She just likes staying on firm ground at home where it's safe. The pool. What about at the pool? Like swimming at the pool. I do like the pool. I've been going to hydrotherapy actually for a few weeks now, or probably maybe a month and a half. I've been going to hydrotherapy, and yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Not that I'm actually swimming as such, but I love being in the water. I was always a water baby when I was a child. I loved being in the water, And whenever I had the opportunity to be in the water, when we went to somebody's place who had a pool, or when we're at the beach or whatever, I'd always be in the water. But yeah, not as much now. Deborah said, which one has the swim up bar? Yep, that's usually the pool. We had a swim up bar in Fiji. When we went to Fiji, there was an adult pool and a family pool, and we went to both. But the adult pool had the swim up bar, which was pretty cool. It was the first one we'd actually been at. So we ordered a mocktail, I think it was, yes, at the swim up bar, which was pretty cool. And it was quiet because there were no kids, so it was really peaceful. Wasn't super warm though when we were there. So yeah, on that day anyway. All right, there we go. I think the warmest day we actually had was the day that we went on the eco tracks in Fiji out to a little remote beach, which was beautiful, and we went snorkeling out there, and we ate fresh fruit that they had brought with us, and we had fresh coconut milk from the fresh coconuts that they cracked open, and oh, it was just beautiful. And it was deserted. This beach was deserted. It was just us. It was just it was about 10 or 12 of us, I think, wasn't there, Amber? It was beautiful. Amber said, I'll happily take a house with a beachfront view though. Oh, yes, true. I agree. Yes, love the view of the beach, love the smell of the beach, love the sound of the ocean. I do find that very relaxing. Come on, glue. All right, I'm going to start to put this card together. Come on, glue. Getting very low. We have been doing quite a bit of card making, making Christmas cards, and come on, this really isn't working with me. All right, I'm going to get a new glue. I think this one might be empty actually. Hang on one sec. There we go. New multi-purpose liquid glue. We do tend to go through this stuff. We use it a lot, both Amber and I, and a lot of Christmas cards have been made in the last few weeks. So we've been going through the glue. There we go. That's better. I know a lot of you are probably saying, oh, you're covering up that beautiful paper. That's okay. There's more in the pack where that came from. So never fear. Oops, make sure we put it up the right way. There we go. Okay, so I'm leaving a little 2mm border. Now, if you wanted to add an extra matte color below this, you could. You just need to cut this a little bit smaller and yeah, leave that little bit of a border. But I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put it straight down onto the Sahara sand. Oh, now I'm all sticky. Now I'm really gluey. And then we're going to put this piece, and then we're going to layer up the other ones. Yeah, we've had some fantastic holidays, and usually they are beachy sort of holidays. So we've been to Fiji and Hawaii, and swimming in Hawaii was nice actually though, because the water's quite warm and the waves weren't big at all, and it was very safe. And I think there was a breakwater or something as well. It only had little rolling waves. Not that we really had a whole heap of time to swim there though. Swimming in the lagoons is always nice too though. At the beach. There we go. All right. Now with these two layers, we can decide if we want to, shall I layer them up a little bit? I'll just cap my glue so that it doesn't ooze out everywhere. I'm just going to decide. Okay, Amber, what do you think? Shall I dimensionalize them? If I do that, then I'll be going 3 layers deep. I think that will actually look quite good. I think I might do that regardless of what Amber said, which she hasn't said anything yet. So she's my little go-to. Actually, we do it to each other. We're all forever asking each other. Definitely dimensionals, yes. We're always asking each other for, what do we call it? Expert advice. No, professional help. Need a bit of professional help. We're always collaborating on our projects. It's lots of fun. It's great to have a daughter who loves crafting as much as I do. Except when there's like 1,000 Christmas cards that need to be made. Then not so much. She doesn't love it so much then. I'm using lots of dimensionals, as you can see, because this is just paper. So it's not as sturdy as, it's fairly sturdy paper, but it's not as sturdy as our cardstock. Let me move this up so you can see what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm working a little bit off camera. Yeah, so we just want to make sure that that paper is going to be well supported, because then we're adding another piece over the top of it as well. So, all right, so we'll remove the backings from all of those dimensionals. For anyone who might not be familiar with dimensionals, they are double-sided adhesive foam, or mounting foam. You might know it as mounting foam. And they're in the Stampin' Up! Ones are in the shape of hexagons, and they are a great size, and they are really easy to use. There we go. So there's our first layer. And then we'll do our top layer, which should only need one row. Here we go. Let's see if we can fit that one in. Yep, there we go. Alrighty. So on Saturday, I was preparing some special Christmas gifts and Christmas cards. That's what I spent my day doing. I had forgotten earlier what I had been doing on Saturday, but that's what I spent the majority of the day doing. And as I said, I went for a drive with hubby as well to kind of have a look at the new airport. Well, the start of the new airport. Bring that light over a little bit. There, is that a bit better? It's looking a little bit dark over there. All right. Okay, so now for our bird. Our bird is going to go up on dimensionals as well. What I might do is position my reeds first, or my grasses first. I have no idea where I'm going to put a sentiment yet. But so I was using 3 of those, wasn't I? 3 of those. Something like that. And then I'll mount the birds up in front of it, I think. So I have them going right to the top of the card. We just don't want them going off the top of the card, because if they went off the top of the card, then they would get damaged in the envelope. So we'll just overlap them a little bit. Just trying to work out the how I want them to look before I adhere them down. I think I want them at a bit more of an angle, hey? Can angle them a little bit. Yeah, that would be better. Something like that. Oops, they're sticking to me. Just want to have them over far enough where the little birds can cover them up. Something like that. Yep. All right. So we'll stick those down. I'm just going to put them down with glue. Oh, hey, Alison, how are you going? Oh, hey, Megan, how are you going too? You both must have joined at the same time. Well, I had my head down. How are you, ladies? We've been talking about whether or not we prefer the bush or the beach. And I'm using Seaside Bay today. So we've been talking a lot about the ocean, but I was saying that I actually don't like the sand, and yeah, I just think it gets everywhere. But I do love the ocean. Like, I love listening to the ocean. I love watching the ocean. I love the power of the ocean. I love the smell of the ocean. I just don't love the sand so much. I pop that one in the middle, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. So what do you prefer, ladies? Do you prefer the beach or the bush? Let us know. And someone said she prefers where the swim up bar is. Which was Deborah. Which I think was a very good answer, Deborah. Actually, do they have, I don't think they have swim up bars at the beach, really, do they? They have bars. Some beaches have bars. More so like overseas, I think, in the like the tourist sort of areas. All right, we're going to pop these little guys up on dimensionals. So we'll put dimensionals on all of these, and I might grab out my minis. I've got my minis over here. Here we go. Oh, I've got a new sheet of minis. Woohoo! All right, I love cracking open a new sheet of dimensionals. Do you love doing that too? I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on each of these small birds, I think, if I can fit them. Oh yes, there we go. Just pulled off the backing off that one by mistake. It stuck to my sticky finger. I've got glue on my finger still. Oh, you like the shopping centre, Megan? It's another good answer. Yes, but not at Christmas time, right? Do you love it at Christmas time too, when it's so busy? I can't stand it at Christmas time when it's so busy at the shopping centre. It's crazy, 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 crazy. All right, I could put large ones on my big bird too, but being that I've got the small ones right here, I'm just going to use the small ones. I'll just add a few extra. There we go. All right, so let's put our 2 little birds over on the left-hand side first, because that's where we've got, no, not at Christmas time or school holidays. Yes, I agree, Megan. School holidays are also super busy, aren't they? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put these little birds up here so that they're covering up the reeds. I'll just see if I can position them a little bit like so. Overlap them a little. Yeah, there we go. Like that. All right, Mummy Bird is going to go here. And then these ones, which I think we were just having 2, are going to go over this side. Like that. Something like that. Yeah, we're going to put them at an angle as well. So these are smaller ones. These ones you can also use as seaweed as well, because they kind of look quite seaweedish, but they can also be reeds as well, which I'm using them. Again, creative license, use them for whatever you like. Oh, which way did I have that sitting now? At an angle like that, wasn't it? Something like that, and something like this. So how's everyone going with their Christmas shopping? Are you all done? Are you all ready for Christmas? Do you realize that it's in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks? Wait, what's today? Today's the 12th of the 12th. It's less than 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks yesterday till Christmas. Can you believe that? Where's the year gone? Where has this year gone? Seriously. It's crazy. Wait, how was I doing this? This way? No? Did I put that one down at the wrong angle? Oh, I'm going to have to work it out now, aren't I? No, that's it. Like that. There we go. That's how I wanted it. Good. Oh, hey, Glenda, how you going? You've got this bundle, Alison. I've just pulled it out today, and as I was saying to everybody, I didn't actually have a project prepared, but I kind of was winging it a little bit, but cheating a little bit too. I'm getting an idea from the catalogue, but changing it up a little bit to make it my own. And so my idea started there, but I've just tweaked it to make it my own. And yeah, added my own little touches here and there. Did a bit of inking of the reeds there. There's Mummy Bird. I'm going to put Mummy Bird over, well, let's see. Maybe, I don't want her right in the middle. I don't know. Back here a little bit. Back here a little bit, I think. This little guy's going out on his own. He's taking off. There we go. Alrighty. So now I didn't add any of the ribbon or bling, and I still need to add a sentiment. So I think I'm going to need to add a sentiment somewhere here. I was going to use the thank you for everything. And I'm just deciding on, I think I'm going to pop it onto, well, actually, should I put it onto some Night of Navy, do you think? And maybe emboss it in white, because I'm going on to, don't know. Actually, let's pull out the stamp and see how big the sentiment is first. Just I'm not sure. Very indecisive today. It's all good. There we go. All right, so that's the size of the stamp. Oh, I would almost fit it up there, you know. I wonder if I could. Oh, I'm so scared that if I stamp it directly on there, I might muck it up. If I had have thought of it earlier, I could have stamped it directly onto there, and yeah, it would have solved all of my problems, because now I don't know where to put it. What does everyone think? Where should I put my sentiment? I need your help. Help me, please. Alison said, looks great. I'll have to have a look at the catalogue for inspiration too. Yes, that's what I did today, Alison, because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I'm just looking for my embellishments. Yeah, so I looked at the catalogue for some ideas and just went from there. All right, so I've got the embellishment. I've got this other ribbon too with the very chewed up roll that Callie lovingly chewed because she thought it was lots of fun. I don't think I can put the ribbon on now because otherwise it's going to actually cover up. It's going to cover up everything if I put it on there. It's going to cover up my scene. Yeah, no, it's not going to go. It's not going to go. That's okay. That's all right. But that's the ribbon that coordinates anyway. It's a beautiful ribbon. Just excuse the chewed up roll, or reel, I should say. Top right hand corner, you think? Yes, yes. Alison said top, but it's risky. It is, isn't it? Because if I happen to not stamp it well, then what will I do? I'd have to add a label. What if maybe I can fit it on a little label and put a label up there. Oh, Megan said go for it. Stamp directly on the card. You can always cover it up. Yes, very true. Oh, new banner punch on the waves. Oh, yes, I got a new banner punch. Well, I got my delivery on Friday. I opened it today. So let me grab that one out and I'll see what that looks like. Oh, hang on, it's in my box. Rustle, rustle, rustle. Sorry, my new box. Ooh, yes, I could use this new one. Okay, so this is the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch. So this is in the new mini catalogue, the January to April mini catalogue. And as you can see, I haven't used it yet. So I'll open it away from the camera because the cellophane that it comes in is very crinkly and noisy. There we go. There it is. Awesome. Now, when you get a new punch, a good thing to do, is to, oh, this one looks different to the other ones. Okay, so we'll have a little practice with this one. Is to punch it a few times through either some scrap cardstock or some scrap paper, because they can carry a little bit of oil in them from them being manufactured and having everything lubricated for punching. So I'm going to grab out some scrap. What have we got in here? We've got some scrap paper. Let's just use a few pieces of scrap paper. There we go. So it's a bit thinner, obviously, than cardstock. So I'll fold it in half and we'll do a few punches. Oh, I'm going to need to cut some strips, aren't I, to be able to do that. Now this one has got three widths, the same as our other punches. So they'll be the same measurements. I'm just having a look to see. Yep. So there'll be 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1/2 an inch. So if I cut some 1 inch strips, let me just bring in my trimmer. We'll just cut a couple of 1 inch strips. And then that way we can just remove those oils from the punch before we use them. So does everybody else do that too? Did you know that you should do that, or that it's a good idea to do that? So I'll just feed that in. Is that all the way to the end? Oh yes, it is. There we go. Oops, I'll line that back up in the groove. Punch. There we go. Oh look, it looks like a ticket. See that? Looks like a ticket end. And I can see there is some oil that has seeped into that paper. So I'm glad that I did a test punch first before punching my cardstock. So I'll do another one. Yep, still a little bit more oil. So we'll, I'll just bring in my trimmer. I'll trim these in half. We'll do them again. Do the other end. Pop that all the way in. Oh, it's squeaky. I didn't have that lined up properly. But yeah, there's still a little bit of oil in those. But how cool are they? Look like little tickets. Do that one, do another one, and then we'll do the other side. Yeah, they're pretty cool. And then we'll do this one, do this side. This one's more of a scalloped end. And it only does the very edge this time on this pick a punch. Usually with the pick a punches, they cut a fair bit out of the end of the cardstock, but if I turn that over, you can see like it's a straight edge and it just cuts the very end. So it's only cutting a little bit. Yeah. We'll do one more on that one, and then we will make a label. And we'll try stamping it on a label first, see how that looks. There we go. So that should have got rid of the oils. Yep, can't see any oil seeping into that cardstock now. So always a good idea to do that before you start using your punches. So there we go. Oh, you never knew to do that, Megan. Oh, there you go. I'm glad that I can give you some tips. That's awesome. Yeah, they can be quite oily, some of them. And I find especially the shape punches, like your tags or your animal shape punches and things like that, they can have quite a bit of oil in them. And it will seep into your cardstock if you don't clean them first. So, all right. So let me see, let me measure how wide this is. I'll use my grid paper actually. I'll turn my grid paper over to the inches side. There we go. And if I stamped that, how wide would I need it? Oh wait, let me go up the top here. Would I need 1 inch Or can I get away with 3/4 of an inch? Where's 3/4? That's half. That's 3/4. I get away with 3/4 of an inch. All right. Let's cut a strip of 3/4 of an inch. Now, if I'm going to put it up there, what color? Should I do it on white? Do you think I should try it on white or on, if I tried it on the, oh, I could do Pool Party or Balmy Blue too, couldn't I? Because it's up in the sky. What about Pool Party? Let's have a look. No, that's not. Is that pool? That is Pool Party. That looks really bright, doesn't it? What about Mint Macaron? Mint Macaron might be too green. Yeah, way too green. What about Balmy Blue? What would Balmy Blue look like up in the sky? It's very blue. This is, because this is sort of like water washed. Well, hand painted, but it's water washed. It's sponge. Okay, so should I stamp it in white and then sponge the edges, do you think? I could dauber the edges. Maybe that would look better. We'll give it a go. Let's try that. I'll cut this at 3/4 of an inch. There we go. Ooh, have I cut that too small now? Is that going to fit? Oh, no, I think it will fit, actually. I think that will fit. Just. We've also got, oh, we haven't used, I was going to say there's also the petal pink too, but we haven't used very much petal pink in here except on the birds. So we'll, yeah. All right, we'll stamp this. I think I should stamp it in Night of Navy. Oh, or actually, no, let's stamp it in Sahara Sand. Stamp it in Sahara Sand. Can do some blending on the white and then stamp. Oh, great idea, Jenny. I love that idea. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, I'll put that one back away. We don't use that one. Let's do some blending on this one first. Now, can I just tell you, something else I opened today in my order was the new mini blending brushes that are coming out. Or I don't know if they're called mini. I think they're small blending brushes. I'll show them. I'll show them. So here's my blending brushes. Now, what color do you think we should blend? I think a light blue, maybe a balmy blue. So this is the normal size blending brush, and then these are the new little mini ones, or the small ones. They're called small. There you go, small blending brushes. So look at the difference in size. They're so cute. So they're going to be great for sponging small areas or small sections on a stamped image or something like that. So that's my first pack of them. So aren't they great? They're so cute. So I can't wait to use them. But I'll use my large one this time. All right. So we want our Balmy Blue ink, which I have over here. There we go. All right. Then it won't be so stark white, will it? That's a great idea, Jenny. Thanks for that. Didn't even think of that myself. You know what? If you were doing this too, you could even blend in, because we've got some different colors here in the sky, you could even blend in some different colors in the sky as well, if you wanted to. Go a bit heavier on the edges too, so that it defines those edges a little bit. Now let's see. Oh yeah, look, that's good. Let's add a little bit more. Whoops. Whoa. Ah, oh no. I'm getting a bit carried away. It's a bit hard when you're doing a small piece. There we go. Oh. All right, we'll try and stamp up this end. Yeah, that's good. There we go. All right, awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch one end first, and I'll use the wavy end. I think the wavy end goes better with what we're using because we're doing, you know, the waves. So when you do your punching, always, so I'm using the grooves here. I'm using the 3/4 of an inch groove, and I've slid that right up to the end. Then I'm turning it over and just double checking that my cardstock is right butting up against that end before I punch. Now, what you can do is save that little piece because you can use that as a measure to measure the other end where you want to stamp your, where you want to punch the other end. I'll show you how that's going to work. All right, so I think stamping in Sahara Sand to keep in with the color scheme. Now let's hope I get this straight now that I've taken all that time to color that piece. I'm just going to have to get my head in here, everybody. Let me pull that down close to me. And hold your breath. Oh, it's a little bit light. But do you think I can get away with that? I don't think I stamped that very well. I don't think I inked my stamp up very well. You know what? That's a new stamp too, and it hasn't been cleaned. So, well, everything is very fine actually. Let me just give that a clean and just see if that stamp's better if I clean it first. Just try again just to see. It is very fine actually. That's how it's supposed to look. Oh, there you go. Do you know what? Let's do another one just to be sure. Is it fine? Do you think it's fine? Oh, you think it's perfect, Megan? Do you think it looks all right? It looks all right on camera? I was going to do another one, but do you think that that will be fine? Do you know what? It's going to be too long. It's not going to fit. I didn't stamp it close enough to the edge. Arr. But, okay, I'm going to do something. Might be risky, but let me just see. And trim that off to make that straight. Do you think it's okay, Jenny? Okay. And I'm going to put that back in and chomp a bit more. I just can't see exactly where the words are, but let's try. Oh, it's really close to the edge now. But I think it's going to need to be to fit. That should be all right. We'll see. We'll see. I normally have a little bit more space than that. I have taken it quite close. All right. Now that little piece that we chopped out, what we're going to do is use that. That's a yucky bit. That's got ink all over it. We're going to use this one as our little guide to work out where to cut our other end. Let me just clean this stamp because I'm about to stick my hand in that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so this little piece that chopped out when we did that first end, we can now use that to work out where we need to chop the other end. So I think about there. And where you see the straight edge there, when you get the scalloped edge is facing in, so I'm measuring the distance by eye as I did on the other end. And where the straight edge is, I'm going to put a little pencil mark. Okay, so where that straight edge is, that's where I'm going to trim my cardstock. So I'll bring my trimmer in and I'll trim my cardstock there. Okay, so now when I punch, I'm going to get the scallop exactly where I wanted it. We'll leave our little measure there. I do that with all of my tag punches. All right, so we'll pop that back in, feed that back in. Now, if it's too short that you can't reach it, which this one is now, I'm going to get a, oh, don't get stuck in there now. I'm going to get a Post-it note to use as a handle. So I'll just cut a little piece of Post-it note and I'm going to pop that here and use that as a handle. Does everyone know that trick? There we go. So we can feed that in, and now I've got the Post-it note there to pull it back out again. So we just have to make sure that we've got that lined up though at the end, and then punch, and then we've got our Post-it note as a handle to pull it back out again. There we go. And now we've got that lined up beautifully right where we wanted it. Yay. Good. Alrighty. I'll move that yucky paper out of the way now because that's all icky. All right, and now we should be able to fit that up there like that. But you know what else? I think it does need a little bit of inking around, a little bit more inking around those edges. So I'll bring back in that Balmy Blue. And this time I'm going to grab my dauber that goes with the Balmy Blue. So I'll grab my blues. I've got a dauber for every colour. Our sponge daubers, they come in a pack of 5. And as you see, I have one for every single colour. But if you don't want to have one for every single colour, you can have one for your blues, one for your reds, one for your, just like you do with your blending brushes, and interchange them. But if you're going from a dark colour, say from a dark blue to a light blue, then you'd want to give it a good scrub off onto some scrap paper first so that you don't pick up any of the dark colour into your light colour ink pad. Does that make sense, what I just said? It made sense in my head. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so that just gives it a little bit more definition. Okay. That was a great idea to dauber that, sponge that with the blending brush, Jenny. That just made such a difference, and now it matches in with the sky much better. Thank you so much for that little idea. I love it when you all help me. Now I'm looking for my big dimensionals here. Do you think I can see them? Oh, there they are. Never mind. I put them in the wrong spot. I moved them to the other side. That's not where they belong. Do you do that when you're crafting? Do you always have certain things on certain sides of your desk or in certain places on your desk? I often have things, certain things on the left and certain things on the right. There we go. We can just pop that up there. Actually, I'm going to move it right over in line with the edge of the paper, just so it's not right on the mother bird. Let's see if I got that straight. There we go. There. So there we've got our, now we do have the pearls as well, which we didn't use. We can pop a couple of those on. I'm thinking a couple of the smaller ones, maybe along the edges of the water there somewhere. You get lots of these and they're all different sorts of shapes. Start from up the top here. Where do you think that, maybe they should be on the beach. Do you think they should be on the beach? Maybe along the edge of the water there. We could have a couple sort of there, and maybe one here near the mummy bird. There. Could add a few extras if you wanted to, but they are, I'll just move them over a little bit away from that other bird, that baby bird. There we go. So we've got a little bit of bling on there. Could add a few more. There's heaps here actually. Let's add a few more. Oops. Could add some over here near the other two birdies. Oh wait, I've got a different shaped one here, a more ovally one. I'll grab that one and we'll pop that one there like that. There we go. So we don't have any ribbon or twine. I did have my linen thread out too because I thought the linen thread might go nicely, but I kind of didn't leave any space to put that. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could wrap it around. I don't know how it would look. It might look a bit too much now, but I was just thinking you could, if you wanted to put trim on there, you could wrap it around and perhaps have it tied along the top, and you could have it maybe as a just as a knot, or you could tie a bow just there. Might look good just as a knot actually. Let's see. I won't tie it real tight. You could have just along the top there. Totally up to you how you want to add your trim. I haven't done that very well, but you kind of get the idea. You could have a bow there or something. I don't know, I might fiddle with that later and see how that will look. But there you go. Oh, so now I've tied it. Now I've got a knot in my trim. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on. I'll slip that off this way. I'll cheat. I'll slip it off. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I might add that a little bit later, but I probably should finish up because I just realized what the time was. It's getting really late. But there you go. So that is the new, one of the new sweets. It's the By the Bay suite. So look out for that one in the new mini catalogue when that comes out. With all of the, and we hardly used any of those dies. We only really used the 2 reeds and the birds, but you've got all those other dies there as well that you can use. And then you've got all that beautiful paper and the ribbon. Let me bring in the beautiful paper again. That's the one that we use. We've got all this gorgeous paper. So be sure to look this one up when you get your new catalogue. And yeah, you might want to add this one to your list because it is a beautiful, beautiful suite. Oh, you love it, Megan. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Glenda says cute card too. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, a bit of time into that one because I just wasn't organised today. So I apologise. I apologise for not being organised. Thank you so much for being patient and hanging around and watching how my card turned out. It does look, as I said to you, I got the idea from the catalogue, but I did change it up a little bit, and it does look a little bit different to the one in the catalogue, so which is great, which is what I wanted to achieve. So that's awesome. All right, well, what I will do is I will tip the camera back up. Oh, you're very welcome, Megan. Thank you so much for being here. I'll tip the camera back up so that I can say goodbye to you, and then we will yeah, finish up. So just bear with me for one moment. Now let's see if I can do this. There we go. New camera, and I've got, and everything is in different places. All right, different cameras and everything's in different orientations. Just went off. Did you hear that? Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Whoa, that was so wonky. Okay, there we go. I'll fix up the lights. We are still really wonky. As I said, new camera, and so I'm trying to work out all of the new settings. Not settings, but orientations where I need to have everything. I said last week I was going to fix that light, didn't I? I didn't do it. Can you tell? It's falling down. It's like London Bridge falling down. Do you remember that old nursery rhyme? It's strange, some of the old nursery rhymes we used to have, isn't it? Like some of them really didn't have very nice messages. All right, there we go. Okay, let me hold my card up. So I hope you did like that one. We have a lot of water. Probably if I did it again, I'd have less water and more background, I think. The water seems to be, you know, predominant, but it's okay. It was my first play with this suite. So when I got everything out today to play with it, I was like, oh, where do I start? And I thought I'll do a fun fold card. And then I had a particular fun fold card in my head. And then I thought, okay, how am I going to use these products to create this fun fold card? And what's that going to look like? And I'm like, oh no. Then I got all overwhelmed. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the basics, go to the catalogue. That's what the catalogue samples are there for, is to give us ideas. And I thought I'm going to go back to the catalogue and I'll take my ideas from there. So that's kind of, yeah, where I took my idea from. So wait until you see the catalogue. If you haven't yet seen it, oh my goodness, you're going to love it. It's beautiful. Now, as I said earlier, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia and you would like a catalogue, then please let me know. I would love to send one to you, and I'd love to look after you as one of my beautiful VIP customers. Those that are my customers and have purchased with me in the last 6 months, I have already ordered your catalogue for you, and they should be shipping out in the next week or so. So you should be receiving them in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But yeah, Stampin' Up! Said they'd go out about mid-December. So you should have them really soon, which is super exciting. I can't wait for you to get them. Yes, you really can do so much with this set. I agree, Dimity. There is so much. I can't wait to have more of a play with it. Yeah, and just create a lot more projects with it. And Amber said, everyone can see more new projects with other products in the upcoming catalogue launch. Oh, you'll be part of. Thank you, Amber. She was reminding me. Yes, I am going to be joining with some other demonstrators from around the world in a catalogue launch for the new mini catalogue. And I meant to mention it at the beginning and I totally forgot. So thank you, Amber. We are collaborating in a launch for the mini catalogue. It's going to be online. There's going to be content for more than 24 hours. So you can, it'll be available on replay as well. So you can join live, you can watch the replay, whatever you like. I will be putting up the details for that. So watch out for that. It'll be here in Australia, in Canada and America, it starts on the 5th, their time, but here in Australia, it'll be starting early hours of the morning on the 6th, and it'll run for the entire day. I don't have my actual time slot yet for my project, but when I get that, I will definitely let you all know, because I would love for you all to be there live for my time slot for my project. It's not using these products, however, it is using a different stamp set. Which I won't tell you because I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be fantastic, and there's going to be so many ideas from demonstrators from all around the world in this catalogue launch. So it's going to be super exciting. There's also going to be giveaways and things like that. So stay tuned. More information will be coming to you soon. Watch my business page. That's where the information will be. And I hope that you will all be able to join me for that. It's going to be awesome. So thank you, Amber, for reminding me to mention that too. So yes, I will be advertising that really, really soon. All right, well, I will let you all go. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. And I hope that you have a fantastic week. I look forward to seeing you again next Monday. And then after next Monday, I'm taking a couple of weeks off, but I will be back next Monday for my regular live at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, happy crafting, everyone. Bye.